What it do, YouTube? OG Mr. Munt back at y'all with another video. It's a little after 6 in the a.m. Just got through doing about 12 hours worth of blue collar labor. Just like I need to talk a little boxing. Devin Haney versus Vasil Lomachenko. They had the press conference. After the press conference, Devin Haney, of course, is doing interviews. Excuse me, y'all. In the interview, he was asked, of course, he was asked about Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. And he was asked about the rehydration clause and what he thought about the rehydration clause. And, gave his opinion. He said, if it was him, he wouldn't have asked for no rehydration clause. And then the guy interviewed him. I think it was Fight Hype. Shout out to Fight Hype. They asked him if the fight is negotiated between him and Tank Davis, would he accept a rehydration clause? Devin Haney said, nope. Fight won't happen if he have to accept a rehydration clause. Devin Haney said he's the king of the division. He has all the belts. Some people will argue that. Most people will argue that Tank Davis is the king of the division, simply because of his drawing power, simply because of his status. But does he have enough status and drawing power to try and get, to even attempt to put a rehydration clause in a contract against Devin Haney? And I mean, he definitely can attempt it if he want to, but I mean, do you think Devin Haney should accept something like that? I don't. Devin Haney said he wouldn't accept it. We all know how rough Devin Haney looked in the weigh-in in his last fight against George Kambosos Jr. in Australia in their rematch. Devin looked bad. He looked bad. It's bad enough that he's struggling to make that weight, but then you talking about put stipulations in the contract that where he can't gain his weight back the way he want to. Nah, I don't blame Devin. If Tank Davis were to attempt to do something like that, I definitely wouldn't take the fight. But would you call that ducking? Some people will. I call it smart, because he definitely don't need to be at no disadvantage against Tank Davis. So if Tank Davis comes in there talking about putting a rehydration clause on Devin, I definitely turn that fight down. And Devin said that he wouldn't accept no rehydration clause. And like I said, I don't blame him. I don't really agree with Tank putting a rehydration clause in the contract against Ryan Garcia. He just flexing his A-side muscle. But Ryan Garcia signed the contract. And once he signed the contract, it is what it is. No complaining. You shouldn't have put your name on that piece of paper. So Devin Haney putting it out there that he will not accept a rehydration clause. And I say salute to Devin Haney. He'll need every advantage he can get against Tank Davis. So, you know, shout out to Devin Haney. That's one of those, hopefully that's one of those make or break, you know, stipulations that he will not accept, simply because, I mean, you know, it's bull crap. And plus Devin just, he basically has outgrown that division, even with the nutritionist. I mean, I just don't think it's healthy for him to keep attempting to make that weight. And if Tank Davis tries to pull something like that, if Tank, you know, accepts a fight against Devin Haney, if Tank tries to pull something like that, forget about Tank. You know, go ahead and drop the belts, move up to 140, and, you know, start your journey to greatness at that division. But, you know, that's just my opinion on it. You guys tell me what you think. It's the OG Mr. Munt. Salute to the mighty LDBC. And I'm out of here.